Well, hi guys. Um, I decided to do this video, and I want to open it up this way. Of course, today is October the 23rd. It's about 11 o'clock at night. I took a little drive today to look at, who's been cutting and this, that, and the other thing. Bean cutting is just kind of getting into full gear, you might say. Of course, it started raining last night, or late last night, early this morning, and everything come to a grinding halt. But took a drive, and I was really amazed to see fields of beans that had been cut turning green. And I don't mean a little green in spots. The whole field turning green, where we're losing beans either in the head or right out the back. I mean, lots of beans. I'm greedy. I'll tell you that right now. I am greedy when it comes to grain. I want to try to get every grain I can in the grain tank, not on the ground. That's money lost. You take some of these fields, look like they had maybe up to 4 or 5 bushel an acre loss. And it doesn't take long till that really starts adding up. 2 bushel an acre loss at $10 a bushel is $20 an acre. 10 acres is 200. 100 acres is 2,000. 1,000 acres is 20,000. And I guarantee you some of these guys is losing a bunch of money right out the back of the tail of the combine. And this is probably 6 or 7 different farmers, but they're all running Deere and International machines, and I'm blown away by what I'm seeing. We were always taught, throw us a foot square out in a field behind the combine and count the soybeans in it, and that's how many bushel an acre you lost. And I would really hate to see what some of these guys have really lost. I don't know if you want to call it stupidity, but it's not checking the machine. It's get in the cab and just go, 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 go. Push, 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 push. Well, that costs you money. I'm not that way. If I don't like what I'm hearing in the combine or feeling, I'll get out and I'll start checking. I'll start going behind the combine and scratching the ground, seeing how many beans I can find. I have stopped the combine in the middle of the field, raised the head up, backed up, just to see if I'm losing in the head or around the feeder house or anywhere. But that's me. At any rate, guys, I want to take you on this little ride along. I'll show many different fields that are cut, and it's been a week or so since they were cut, and volunteer beans are coming up everywhere. There's some of them I'm really surprised to see. But at any rate, guys, hang on. We'll be right back, and maybe you'll enjoy the ride along. I don't know, but lots of bean fields with lots of losses in them. We'll see you here in just a second. So we'll see you in 3, 2, 1. Well, hi guys. It's Monday, October the 25th, I think. Not sure. It's Monday, it's raining. Put a stop to everybody's bean cutting. And there's something I've noticed the last few days, where the guys have been running these, big combines. There's a little problem. You think he ain't losing soybeans at the back? That's not planted in anything. That's volunteer beans coming up. Now, that's no joke. There's lots of fields around here like that. I'm going to put some together, so as I drive along and I see one of these patches, I'll stop and shoot it and show you. Yeah. Volunteer beans coming up. I'm a greedy sumbuck. I want every soybean I can. So that kind of blows my mind. Well, we'll be back here in a bit, guys. This is part of that same place. And yes, that's all soybeans growing. That's ridiculous. That is in the get in the combine and just run it. Don't check nothing, don't do nothing. Cram them acres through it. It'll be alright. But yet these aren't too bad, but we'll see what they look like in about a week if we don't get frost. Yeah, it's a joke. It's not just one place or two places. There's a lot of them. And I'll make some videos of what I know, what I see along the way, and I'll show you guys. So hang on, we'll be back in a bit. Yet another field turning green. That's a lot of volunteer beans coming up in there. It is what it is. Like I say, I get off and check. Yet another field. Got a lot of green in it. Just me, I guess. We'll be back. Well, hi guys. There's another one that there's a lot of volunteer beans coming up in. Kind of look at and see it's turning green. This one's not as bad as the other ones were, but it's getting green out there. And that's a lot of loss. That is an awful lot of loss. This is something, as farmers, we can't do this and make money. It adds up pretty quick. You stop and think about it. Well, like I say, it's turning green out there, and that's a lot of loss. That's too much loss. We'll be back in a bit, guys. Well, it's there's way more beans yet to be cut than are cut around here, and it is what it is. There's also a good deal of good bit of ground that never got planted this year. Case in point, this is 145 acres in this place, and none of it was planted. It just got too late. So they sprayed it, keep the weeds, you know, down, and that's about all they can do with it. We'll be back in a bit, guys. Here's another field that's turning green. And that's soybeans. This end looks like, well, no, that's planted in wheat. Forget that one. There's a couple of fields here that are turning green. There's 100 acres right here. And field over here the same way. But to see that amount of green tells me they really didn't have combine set whatsoever. That's a little bit beyond ridiculous, the amount of loss you see there. You know, that is a lot of beans laying on the ground to start sprouting all the way around. We'll be back in a bit, guys. That's all volunteer soybeans coming up. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You're talking 5 bushel an acre at least going out the back. Well, we'll be back in a bit, guys. More fields of beans the same way. Hey, Jeff Raymond, you'll get a kick out of this. .766 narrow front. Yeah, there's a lot of fields around here look just like this. You know, kind of sad, but it's the way it is. I mean, that's a lot of beans out there. So we'll be back here in a bit, guys. Well, maybe I'll just keep rolling for a minute. And I shut it off. of beans going out the back end of a machine. Another field turning green, and that's soybeans. That's pitiful. That's pitiful. We'll be back in a bit, guys. Here's another field. It probably is not going to show it so well. But there's a lot of beans. Out across that field. There's something I was just talking with several guys about. How there's, you know, so many fields around here that have been cut that have turned green, and yet others haven't. So, have to play this one by ear, I guess. Well, we'll be back here in a bit, guys. I may add another one onto it if I see it. So, hang on, we'll be back. Well, guys, sorry about that. The battery in the camera died at this point. There was a couple more fields I was going to show, but hard to do with no camera. But I was rather surprised taking this drive at what I saw, and we as farmers have got to do better than that. I'm not a perfect farmer by any chance, but I try to keep a close eye on the combine when I'm cutting, just for this reason. I mean, we put all the money out to put beans in the ground and corn in the ground, and then come harvest time, just race through it and throw it out the back. That's kind of ridiculous. So we got to do better than that. At least I feel that way. But you guys let me know what you think. What do you think is an acceptable loss? You know, I realize there's sickle shatter, and beans could be damp, and it'll throw them out the back. I understand all this, but what I seen in these fields, just driving around a little bit, and mind you, this was just 10 miles around the farm. I just took a little drive out and about, but it's really surprising. And all these fields were cut with either a deer or an international combine, all, you know, raw rotors. And I just flabbergasted by what I saw. That's too much of a loss. Now, at about 11 minutes, I showed a field and said, oh, it's in wheat. Well, it was half in wheat. I came back by it and looked at it again. Half the field is planted in wheat, but the other half, that's just beans turning green, you know, coming up. So, you know, you know, that's bad. But at any rate, guys, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to end this video this way. I hope you enjoyed the little ride. And if you agree with me, fine. If you don't, you know, that's fine too. But that's a lot of loss. Way too much loss in my book. I think they needed to do a little adjusting on the combine, or slow down, or something. That's just, to see that much green in a field of beans is just, that's too much. So we'll see you next time, guys, and as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time, guys.